This is all Tassing's fault, by the way. We was waiting for something,
How you
man.
blame it on me?
Huh?
I'm trying to help you out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome to
How
another
about you,
edition
Rush?
of Bro Talk Live. My name is Jason. Uh, I would say that kick it over to my main man Dex, but I would just be kicking it to a blank screen. So I'll kick it over to my main man Ty. What up, bro?
You should have been kicking the decks first any damn way. So that was your problem.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
Did Dex not pay his phone bill this month?
no, he didn't pay the damn internet bill or whatever it's called.
Ty, how are you? You doing good?
I'm doing well, and I'm just happy to have my wonderful Bro Talk fans in my humble home.
The fans are in your home, and like, are you?
Yes, they're in the home with
meet
me.
and greet.
I feel like whenever we do this show, that I'm inviting you guys all in here, and you're sitting with me in the living room in the luxury apartment.
I think they'd rather stay where they're at.
I doubt it. Given where most of these people live. No, I'm kidding.
Kill Bill, what up?
Hey, how you doing?
Kill Bill.
Back in the land of living.
Referring to him as Kill Bill.
What do you mean?
That's ratchet.
That's right.
That's actually my Instagram name, Life of Ty.
I'm just kidding.
I feel so weird. We haven't done the 3-person show in a while, right? It's like
a very long time.
We've had a little streak here, and
it's weird. It throws off our dynamic a little bit. Like,
the three?
Who's going to be our buffoon today?
I mean, I guess you can take that role if you like it. I think you're experienced in it.
My intellect is way too high. You'll have to pick someone else.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're talking white supremacists, Billy Bush, Drake, T.I.'s Family Hustle, and Rihanna and Lupita making this movie. It's going down. Can you believe it?
Okay.
I'm here for that.
All right, but we're gonna start off actually a little serious. Let's just start off with the Manchester thing. Any thoughts on the Manchester terror attack? If you haven't heard, there was a terror attack at an Ariana Grande concert over in Manchester, England, where a suicide bomber apparently blew himself up inside of the stadium. Now, 22 people have been confirmed dead, and a lot of people were also injured in this attack. Ariana Grande tweeted this: "Broken from the bottom of my heart. I am so sorry. I don't have words." Other people decided to, reach out and speak on the whole issue. Idris Elba, who lives or is from England, I should say, says, "Mate, that's effing horrible what happened in Manchester. My heart goes out to the families of those who lost their lives." Justin Timberlake said, "My thoughts and prayers are with all those affected by this horrific act in Manchester. We need to do better. We need to love one another." And Nicki Minaj says, "My heart hurts for my sister Ariana and every family affected by this tragic event in the UK. Innocent lives lost. I am so sorry to hear this." Cheeto and Chief decided to speak about it while he was on the rest of his little European tour. He was in Jerusalem, and he decided to speak on it, saying, quote, "I won't call them monsters because they like that term. They would think that's a great name. I will call them from now on losers because that's what they are. They're losers, and we'll have more of them, but they're losers. Just remember that." Just to stay on the Trump bandwagon for a little bit, if you guys didn't see, there's been a little incident going on with Melania and Donald, where there's been some hand swatting going on. This was the first of it on a red carpet. As you can see here in slow motion, as walking up, she slaps his hand away. And another thing that happened was something that happened today when they were getting off of what looks like Air Force One in Italy. He goes to grab her hand, and she looks like pulls her hand away.
A smooth little hair swipe.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
she wants nothing to do with him. All right.
Christina, my wife, decided to point out to me that I might be over exaggerating. The assumptions that she wants nothing to do with him because women often don't want a man's hand when walking downstairs. So there's that. But in any event, that was Trump acting a fool for the week, or getting played, I should say, for the week. But he wanted to reiterate that these people are not monsters. They're losers now. So, guys, any thoughts on the Manchester terror attack that you would like to get out? Ty?
Go ahead, Ty.
Oh, well, you can go first.
I don't think here's my. It's so sad. Like my issue, I take an issue with what Trump said. Like, come on, son. Like they're losers. That's the best you could do.
You're just
Like,
talking about people. Like, yeah.
like that. You have literally worn people out for less the entire campaign, and these people go over here and slaughter people for fun at a concert, and the best you can come up with is they're losers.
Yeah, we were having that conversation today. Actually, it's like, you're not in 7th grade, Trump. Don't call someone a loser as if like that's gonna hurt someone's feelings. Like these are the people that are blowing people up and killing people and chopping off heads and all kinds of crazy mess. You calling them losers isn't going to do anything. I felt like you should have said something a little bit less juvenile, and I don't know, have a presidential moment or two in times that require it. Like, you don't always have to sound like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, I feel bad for Ariana. I mean, I understand she wasn't hurt in this, but you know, a lot of people in her position would take this on themselves, saying, "I brought all these people out to my show." I mean, I'm not saying that she caused it or anything like that, or she has a right to feel that way, but
yeah,
that has to feel something like 20. You had something to do with 22 people dying, not necessarily that you did anything, but you know, they were there because of you. And
I mean, they're fans of yours. They're people. I mean, this has nothing to do with her. It's not her fault that somebody was crazy enough to try to do this, but I could see how she would definitely feel bad, and it's a shame that she will feel bad because it's really not her fault at all. But you know, you feel some type of way, like these are fans who are out to see me and they got hurt, and I with all the security measures that were taken, was not able to prevent that from happening, even though no one could really anticipate someone doing something like this, especially at a concert with a person like Ariana Grande, where most of her fans are probably a little bit younger. So it's like a shame that someone would even attempt to do something like this. It really is a shame, though. It's like really a big tragedy.
And just a statement for an actual presidential statement, since we actually need one in this time. Our hearts go out to those killed and wounded in Manchester. Americans will always stand shoulder to shoulder with the people of the UK. And that is from none other than our very own presiding bishop, President Barack Hussein Obama.
Presiding bishop, that's his new office?
Our chief apostle. Because he is the chief.
All right, moving on. Now, terror attacks don't only happen overseas, they seem to happen over here as well. And a lot of them have to do with white supremacy. So the question for the day is, when will white supremacy groups be considered terrorist organizations? The reason I ask this is because over the past week,
God, this hurt me so bad.
A couple of people died. Richard Collins III, graduation gown draped over front row chairs at Bowie State University ceremony. He was murdered on Saturday. And why was he murdered Saturday? The whole situation took place when Sean Christopher Urbanski, a 22-year-old from Maryland, he was charged by basically, you know, running up on this guy and stabbing him. He's a member of a Facebook group called the Alt-Right, which spews hatred and towards minorities and especially African Americans, according to the University of Maryland Police Chief David Mitchell. Giving that evidence, the FBI is assisting, whatever that means, the investigation as officials try to determine whether or not the incident is indeed a hate crime. Collins, who was slain, was just 3 days away from graduating from Bowie when he went to visit friends at the University of Maryland. About 3 a.m., him and his friends were approached by Urbanski, and witnesses say Urbanski started yelling bizarre commands at Collins, saying, quote, step left if you know what's good for you. The victim looked at him puzzled with the other friends of his and said no, and it was then that the suspect stabbed him in his chest. He fell forward, Mitchell said, and his friends tried to help him before university officers arrived and performed CPR. He was pronounced dead at a hospital. Urbanski was charged with first and second degree murder as well as first degree assault. At a bond hearing, his attorney argued that, you know, his client was intoxicated and at the time of the crime, and that it was not there for a hate crime. It was just a sort of, you know, guy who was drunk and, you know, stabbed somebody. Maryland State Attorney Angela D. Also Brooks, I guess that's her name, told reporters that authorities need something probably more than, quote, a Facebook posting for the killing to be considered a hate crime. Central, of course, is this alt-right Facebook page. And the police chief said, when I looked at the information that's contained on that website, it's despicable. It shows extreme bias against women, Latinos, members of the Jewish faith, and especially African Americans, which brings up the questions as to the motives of this case. Once again, this is a picture of the robe that was left on his chair. And as you see, what was said there, really nothing was mentioned about the white supremacists. So someone decided to retweet that and say, he was murdered by a white supremacist. Don't stop telling people that he was murdered by a white supremacist. So all that post says is that he was murdered. There's no context or anything like that about the killing. Something else that happened, Devon Arthurs is a guy. He walked into the Green Planet smoke shop in Florida and told everyone in the shop that he had just killed his 2 roommates. After police took him into custody, they say he took his roommates out because he had recently converted to Islam. This is a white guy, and they didn't respect his religion. He said that, quote, they all shared some sort of neo-Nazi worldview or belief until he converted to Islam. He said he converted to Islam and that they did not respect their religious views. Police then went to Arthur's apartment and did find the 2 victims inside dead, exactly how he described in the situation. This is a picture of the guy who was arrested. So 2 stories involving white supremacist groups. When will white supremacy groups be considered terrorist organizations? Do you think ever?
No,
absolutely not. Because those are isolated incidents from people who have a mental illness. Yeah,
and because they're isolated, this didn't happen last year when, the Charleston massacre, when, a whole bunch of people died because of, again, a white supremacist. It's just so weird how it's considered
mental incidents. Mental illness.
That's a mental illness.
We need to do better with mental illness in our country.
Exactly. Bill, do you ever think that we'll get to a point where America will look itself in the mirror and say, look, these groups are a problem? Like, you have people proudly proclaiming the alt-right and having pickets and stuff on fire, marching through the streets of black neighborhoods just to incite fear.
Free speech, mental illness.
It pains me greatly. This story, I'm not an emotional person. This story made me cry. Like, I actually cried because it doesn't make sense to me that children, brown children, black children, Hispanic children that look like me, they have my skin tone, they have my hair texture. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that people dislike us simply because the way we look. Like, it bothers me. Furthermore, what bothers me is that we have an attorney general who is so racist that they would not confirm him to the Supreme Court in the state of Alabama or Mississippi. At the point that Alabama tells you that you're too racist to be a Supreme Court judge, you are definitely a racist. That's the second thing. And the third thing that really wears me out is that we live in a country where they will not deem white hate groups like the KKK as a terrorist group. They are still listed as a Christian organization. I'm sorry, whose Christ are they serving? Like, it is a joke. The problem will not be solved because the problem won't be solved because the institution of America was built against black people, brown people, Puerto Rican people, Hispanics, Latinos. It was built against those groups of people. So it will never be fixed until the entire institution is dismantled and rebuilt. That'll be the only thing that'll deem white supremacy groups as hate groups. The only thing.
All right, Ty, what are your thoughts here? Do you think that we're just focusing so much on Muslim terrorism? You hear it all the time, Islamic extremism and all types of terms like that. But when Timothy McVeigh happens and stuff like that, it's just a one-off situation.
I'm sorry, I know you asked. I'm sorry. By the way, you have a higher probability of being hit by a car and dying than you do of dying by Islamic extreme terrorism or whatever they call it today.
Yeah, you're right.
So people who are on the top have to control through fear. And you can't have people fearing white people. because it doesn't work the system well. So you can't call that a terrorist group, because then there's a possibility that the black person walking in a hoodie is equally as likely to kill you as the white person walking with the glasses. And so it puts you in a position where you have to consider your surroundings when all people are around, which is logical, rather than worrying about just black people or Muslim people or whatever type of people aren't white people. And I think that's the problem, like, because it doesn't put the people, like, people in power do not want to seem like they're equally as dangerous, because then people might start monitoring what it is they're doing. And I just find it ridiculous. They're never ever going to consider themselves. They're never going to consider that a hate group. It's not going to happen.
It's white privilege. It's part of it. That's part of it. It comes with the territory. Something else that comes with the territory.
They don't have to represent their race.
Yeah, they don't.
Individuals.
Yeah, and like one Billy Bush. That's where we're going to move to now. Billy Bush, back in the news, he did an interview, of course, because someone let him, with the Hollywood Reporter. And they asked him a couple of questions, and he said all of the right answers. Let's see if we can hack into this. They asked him, "You've spent the past 7.5 months on the sidelines. Are you ready to come back?" He said, "In the beginning, your instinct is, hey, I need to get back. The train is leaving. But that's a process that needs to take place. It would not have been a good idea because you just can't come back. It has to have changed you in some way. But I plan to return to the job that I love, which is television, communicating, interviewing people. I have changed in a way that I think will make me better at my job. I believe there will be more people like me in crisis, and with social media, a flame becomes a bonfire quickly. So I'll be picking up my pen and writing them and calling them on the phone, and I will pursue these interviews and these moments with these people. And through what I've learned and where I've been, I will tell them, you have empathetic ears with me."
No.
They also asked him about the locker room banter comment that he had with Donald Trump, conversation for which he got fired. He said, "No, I'm not in a lot of locker rooms. I'm an athlete, and no, that's not the conversation that goes on or that I've participated in." Right answer, one minute ago. They also asked him, "Did you vote for him?" He said, "You're asking a journalist the way he voted?" Journalist? I immediately thought of Portia. I am a journalist. I've never made politics and prior votes public knowledge. I am a registered independent. I'll tell you that. Of course you are. Someone else said, "Do you watch the Today Show now?" He said, "I've been watching very little TV in the morning because I get up and meditate, and then I do yoga, and I've been doing some boxing now too. And it's interesting. It's 75% women in the gym, but I love it. I'm active and I'm moving."
Way to throw that stat in there, sis.
He checked all the boxes on that one, didn't he? Meditating, yoga, women. He's hitting it. Bush seems to have come to a place of acceptance. However, saying, quote, "I am not grateful for the moment, but I am grateful for what I've gotten out of it. I'm grateful that it hit me all the way to my core." And now he's ready to get back behind the screen. He says he's been developing a series designed to show audiences a deeper and more empathetic side to him. They're light on the details, but say that pop culture, sports, and interviews will likely play a role. And though the projects won't be on A&E, their CEO says that she has no hesitation with putting him back on air. So should Billy Bush get another shot and go back on air?
If Trump is still in office, why can't he? Trump got the pussies, not him.
So you say no because he wasn't the one who made the comments in the first place?
No, Trump was grabbing the pussies. He was just like, "Oh, okay, you do that." Like, he's in the middle of interviewing him. He can't judge him. Like, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
No, wrong. If you are a journalist, it's your job to call him and be like, "I'm sorry, you're doing what, sir?" If I'm interviewing you and you told him, "Yeah, I'm gonna just grab him by the foot," you think like if I supposed
he should have leaked this video himself. That's what he should have done, if anything.
It was an off-the-record conversation. It was supposed to be off the record, I should say. Bill, you still think he should have called him out on it? Would you have called him out on it?
Let me tell you something.
You would have investigated it?
Is a journalist. Barbara Walters is a journalist. You let that happen. She'd be like, I'm sorry, you grabbing by the what? Who's having?
I would have said.
A list of names of all the.
Sometimes
Sometimes
people are put in awkward positions and they don't know how to react. I don't think he was really. Maybe he just wasn't expecting that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get you.
Nonsense.
like he
Absolute
probably
nonsense.
wasn't really expecting that. So he was just like, oh, is that what you do, huh? Like, it didn't seem like he was like, from the part that I heard, and I didn't listen to the whole thing, so maybe I need to watch it again. But he didn't seem like all that entertained by what was going on. It seemed more like he was just like, okay, going along with it. Like, oh, is that what you do? And like chuckling in a way that was kind of awkward.
But you don't do if somebody at your job ties someone, yeah, them niggas over there, a bunch of coons, you just gonna be like,
Depends on who say that. It might be like, yeah, child.
I'm undone. No, Billy Bush doesn't need to go back on the air because he hasn't learned a lesson. He said specifically out of his face, I'm not grateful for the moment. Real maturity and real growth and real learning is saying, you know what? I am grateful for the moment. David
he said it taught him something.
I'm not grateful for that moment, meaning I'm not happy that this happened to me, but I am grateful for what I learned from it. That's all saying.
He ain't learned nothing because he ain't learned nothing. Here's the measure by which here is the bar by which we measure. David said it was good for me to be afflicted that I learned your statutes. He ain't learned nothing yet. I don't like it.
Here's the thing: like people get demonized for the one thing they did. I mean, making a mistake, and then people want them to live out their lives in solitude.
Chris Brown is living out his life in solitude. Why he can't be the rest of his days? Suffer. Pour me a cup of your white tears and suffer.
Whatever. Go back on the air. Go back on the air. Do whatever. Donald Trump still became president, so absolutely didn't stop him. And he's the one who got to grab the pussies. He didn't get this guy didn't even get to do anything.
He did say that he has not spoken to Trump since he's won.
Of course he hasn't, because it was awkward. Like,
please,
that conversation.
Who believe that nonsense? You ain't spoken to Trump.
You think Trump would have spoke to Billy Bush?
He absolutely called Billy Bush. Soon as hey, listen,
Bob. Like,
this is huge. I know this is huge. Just lay low, and I'll have the people call. If nothing else happens, you can have the Secretary of Defense. I'm trying to fire him anyway. Like, that's how the conversation went. We don't like China. We don't like Russia.
You want Spicer's role? You want to be Spicer? You want to be the new Spicy?
Spicy, right?
The new Spicy. That'll be an awesome job for him. You think he would take it? I don't think
no.
Here's how I actually feel. I feel like the Trump campaign, like the presidential administration right now, is Veep. If you ever watch that show Veep on HBO,
I've heard it's just like that. I haven't watched the show though.
You watch it?
Yeah,
I don't.
You should. You're going to piss yourself. That's the Trump administration.
Okay.
What does Veep stand for? What is that?
Vice President.
VP.
But isn't it like how do you spell the show? Isn't it spelled like
VEEP? It's an actual word for the acronym, which is a little weird because the acronym is VP.
It's slang for VP.
Right. It's slang for VP.
Okay.
I mean, it is shorter. It's one syllable. VP is 2 syllables, so I guess.
But it's spelled out.
Right.
I'm like, what is that? I thought that was supposed to stand for something.
Is Drake on Mount Rushmore?
I'm sorry, who?
Drizzy Drake won 13 Billboard Awards, breaking the record of Adele. And he said this on the stage. I want to say "Hold tight, Adele," because when a new ting drops, you'll be back on the record back. I don't know what he was trying to say, but he said it in like that little Jamaican English type of dialect.
Put quotes around that.
He's been playing those little beats a little too much.
Yeah, so now he's on the leaderboard for most wins at the Billboard Music Awards. Taylor Swift currently leads all people in history with 21. But Drake's down there with 14. He has the most of any rapper and has more than Rihanna and Beyonce. Tied with Mariah Carey.
We know Billboard Awards don't count. See me with a Grammy.
About Billboard's award.
So, with that being said, I want to know, is Drake somewhere on this Mount Rushmore? Where is he? Like, is he the 4th guy here?
Jason, please don't make me smack the taste buds off your tongue.
I just wanted to know. I mean, is he on there?
No, don't.
13. That's a record. He's breaking records.
Do not make me jump through this camera and smack you clean into next month. and have you wait on us there?
Ty, is it a valid question or not?
Disrespect.
I think it's a valid question. I mean, you have the right to consider whether or not you think someone is going to go down in history as one of the greats. I think, honestly, when it's all said and done, I do think he'll go down as one of the greats. I don't think his name is just going to disappear in history. He is going to go down as one of the greats. I don't know if people will ever be able to hold him up and consider him next to Jay-Z and the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac, but I do think his name will definitely go down as one of the greats, whether you are a fan of his music or not. Given,
I'm sorry, what language are we speaking here? I don't understand. I'm not understanding.
Now you're just talking my language. Now you're talking my language.
Given the accolades that he has acquired over the last couple of years of his career,
Drake does have a song for every moment.
The interesting thing is, I don't think his name is going to go down in his Grammy, as the greatest because he. Name's not on the list of most Grammys.
The Grammys also have a history of screwing people over.
You know how that goes. I mean,
they do, but I mean, Quincy Jones got 27. Stevie Wonder got 22.
Got more than Biggie and Tupac, and they're on.
Kanye got 21. Jay-Z got 21. That's all I'm saying.
Biggie and Tupac have. Okay. I mean, look, it's fair. Drake has hits. Drake has.
Biggie and Tupac both wrote their own music.
Who says Drake doesn't write his own music? Who writes Drake?
Gauntlet of writers in the credits.
What was that boy's name? What's the one that Meek was talking about?
Yeah, I forgot.
Quentin Miller.
Yeah. Did you know he lost his legs? Like he got in a car accident and lost a leg.
No.
Yeah. I had no idea that happened. Bill, why? That's not funny. Bill, stop. Why are you laughing? I didn't found this out until last year, but yeah, he got in an accident shortly after that and has legs amputated.
Both of them?
He's a curse.
I think one, maybe not both of them. I think one.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
Maybe both. I'm not sure. I think can someone research that and just hit me up on Twitter and let me know, because he lost something. And I think it's a limb and I think it's a leg. But yeah, I mean Quentin Miller. I mean, but Drake's been. Before, when So Far Gone came out, before he had any writers, he was so good.
Wait. Isn't that ironic that he played Wheelchair Jimmy on a TV show and now his writer is in a wheelchair for the rest of his life in real life?
If you lose your leg, you don't have to be in a wheelchair if you lost just one leg.
I think that's got something to do with
In fact, if you lose both legs, you still have to be in a wheelchair.
With what? What it got to do with?
In the Illuminati.
What? So he signed over this guy's leg to get in the Illuminati?
Because, watch, his leg and the crutch form a triangle.
Oh, my God.
With the ground, right?
Is he on there or not?
I'm done.
Slap him up there until somebody else gets him.
No, he's not on there, no.
Slap him up there until somebody else gets him down.
Slap him up there? All right, we'll slap him
up. Don't you dare slap him up there.
Go on, slap him up there.
No.
Let me see if I got a picture of him.
If you're gonna put him up there, put him under the three of them, under them.
Put him on top of Tupac.
Don't you even.
He's got more Grammys than Tupac. I mean,
yeah, move Tupac over and then
Tupac
throw Nas and Drake up there.
How many songs did Drake write for his mama? Until then, don't put. Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Don't you do? All right. So,
well,
I'm so upset with you. I'm really upset with you.
He's up there. He's the LeBron of rap, and I've kind of come to grips with that. He's the LeBron of rap. You don't want him to be that successful, but he just ends up there. He has a lot.
Yeah. Jay-Z is the Mike Jordan of recording.
Yeah.
And now he's the LeBron of rap. There you go.
Yeah, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were rivals, and both from opposite sides of the spectrum, and Tupac and Biggie were as well. So there you go. That fills it out. We have Jordan. We have Larry Bird. We got Magic Johnson, and we got LeBron James. Good job, guys. All right, question for you guys. Who is this? Who the hell is this? Because I saw this today, and I was like, who the hell is this?
Is that Caitlyn?
No.
That's somebody's mother or something, a wife.
Somebody's mother. All right, I'll give you a couple more hints. Here goes 3 more shots. You can tell me who it is. Who's the first?
I have no idea who that is.
Is that Catherine Zeta-Jones?
No, it's not Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's
Why would
Pam
we not-
Anderson, guys.
Holy smoking a pancake! Seriously?
That is Pam Anderson.
No way.
That is Pamela Anderson.
That's Pamela.
That's Pamela.
Pamela.
She
Pamela.
look like John Voight, don't she?
She looked like what's her name from Mommy
Cruella
Theory?
DeVille.
That's Pamela. Shocking, but yeah. So good look, Pamela. She's changed her look up. Good for her. What's worse, cheating with someone you don't care about or hanging with your significant other's enemy? And this sounds like a Q&A type of question. I know it does. But it's an entertainment question, and it's regarding none other than our favorite couple, T.I. and Tiny. They were on this show or whatever that they still apparently do. And she, the whole thing with T.I. calling their marriage a distraction, she called them on it. And they kind of got into it. It all started when T.I. told Tiny that she left talking about going to see Floyd Mayweather and got a house somewhere else. And Tiny said, because you started cheating. Yes, sir. For those who don't understand, Tiff got some infidelities with a girl who I hired, and that girl is one of the main reasons why I got my own house. I ain't entwining my soul with no effing body. It's totally different from what you're doing. So Tiff then fired back, mentioning that she visited the house of someone he doesn't F with, saying, you done had your somewhere. You was out with this motherfucking dude that I don't even with. He pointed out that he knew that she was in the house. Tiny responded back with, when we wasn't together, don't speak on it as though you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I know 100% she slept with Blue. How do you know that? Because you see me dancing? You don't know. And he can come and treat me like a woman. Then T.I. got mad and said, I spent millions on you. What the F are you saying? So
you got to say it how he would say it, though. Like,
I spent indubitably amounts of money on you, sister.
What is you saying?
So what's worse? Is it cheating with someone you don't care about or hanging with your significant other's enemy?
I'm going to go with the latter, because my enemy, if we together, my enemy is your enemy. If I get into a fight with these Negroes across the street and I catch you out there kikiing, sniggling, and giggling with them, that means you got something to do with them. That means you ain't got nothing to do with me. You don't care about me. You don't care about my interests. If I'm not speaking to them across the street, then darn it, you ain't speaking to them either. You walk past them and you put your head down like you don't even see them. If they say something to you, putting a brick through their window.
Oh my goodness. Ty, would you rather your fiance cheat on you or just talk to your enemy?
Neither.
Guy have one.
But if I'm going to say who do I think is more wrong in this situation, if that's a such thing.
No. I just want not talking about
so putting me in the scenario where I'd rather someone cheat on me or talk to my enemy. I'd rather talk to my enemy. Like, that's ridiculous.
Okay. So you think that Tiny is right in the situation, T.I.'s wrong?
No, they're both wrong. It's a tie. They both lose.
But like, T.I. is more wrong because Tiny went to jail for him, which she's a fool for doing that.
Yeah, that was her fault.
I mean, Tiny's behavior wasn't far away from. Oh, never mind.
But I get me a. See.
When I get me a woman, is that what I was about to say?
No, that's not what I was about to say.
What you about to say?
Amen. Let's just move on out.
Sell
the topics.
Moving on.
We don't want to lose any viewers. We appreciate all of our female viewers, and we don't get women. Women are I was about to say given to us, but
Listen, we just moving on.
Women are our friends that
moving. Come on, Saints, we're moving.
We cling to and we want, we desire as far as.
Amen. It is now time for question and answers.
Clean that up, so it's time for Q&A. This is the part of the show
we ain't out here
a chance to participate with us, where you send us your wonderful questions and we will
love the ladies.
Actually, we have a pretty nice setup this morning. Ooh, where am I? We have a nice setup today, so I don't really know which question I think we would be the most.
And I didn't do the 4 things this week. I forgot to do the ones from last. I forgot to change them out from last week, so we just gonna have to just pick one time. Just scroll down to this first big pink one. Let's see what happens here. I left the ones from last week. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's fine. We can't be perfect.
This one was interesting, but I don't. How much time do we have? Can we do 3?
Yeah, we could do 3. I mean, look, Dex ain't here. If we want to wait for Dex, if people want to hang out with us, that's cool.
Yeah, y'all come through, hang out. You know what I'm saying? Get nice and warm. I got my blanket on my lap. Let's answer some questions.
You can put us on pause for a second if you got to. It's cool.
Don't
Just come
pause.
back.
My best friend works in a job that she is overqualified for, but that pays better than most entry-level positions in her field. It was meant to be temporary, but she's been there for a few years now and is itching to move on. I was thrilled to hear this, but alarmed. I love that she was alarmed at how she plans on doing it. Apparently, another friend of hers successfully faked her entire resume and now works full-time in her dream job without anyone ever having noticed. I currently work in HR at the place that she's applying for a position, and while she's my friend, I don't want my boss to eventually find out that my friend faked her resume. She seriously believes that she'll be able to excel at this job, but that she just doesn't have the necessary experience required for the application. I want the best for my best friend. Did I mess it up? No. And I don't want to kick her while she's down. But this makes me really uneasy. What do I do? Oh my. If you were in HR,
our friend is here. Hey Dex. Hey friend.
All right.
Hey guys.
Dex, need. I've already prepared the BS report. I'm sorry.
Just so you know, I've been, tuned in. Team Dex has definitely been keeping me abreast of what's been going on in the show. Sorry, Sir Buffoon is here. I heard you guys cover some super serious topics. You covered so many serious topics. I'm so happy to be here to entertain the people if they're still awake. And to clear up a little rumor, I wasn't absent because my cable bill wasn't paid. It's 2017. Nobody has cable anymore. I was actually fulfilling a commitment and attending the screening of the new Baywatch movie, which you guys can actually catch this weekend.
What you're not going to do is promo Baywatch on my show.
It's starring The Rock.
Getting a check, unless you're cutting some of your check.
Don't you promo unless came in heavy.
Unless you're cutting me a check.
Yeah, we're not doing. We actually in the middle of Q&A, so for you to interrupt, I mean, you had an opportunity.
Well, first of all, I came here and kept quiet.
We've already
me.
We've already prepared the BS report. You can just sit there and relax.
Just sit there and smile. Stay pretty. All right. So the person has a fake resume and they don't want.
Look, you're not coming to my job with that. I don't get the fuck. I mean, I don't care who you are. Best friend, no best friend. If I'm in HR, my boss knows that I know you, and you're coming with a fake resume. My boss is gonna know damn well that I know that you know that he knows that I know that you ain't got no damn degree in such and such and blah blah blah.
No one says it was degree. It just said necessary experience.
You don't have the necessary experience, so you're about to lie on this resume. I know about it to the point where I have bro talk people talking about it on the internet, and somebody finds out that you're finished. Like, if that's considered kicking you while you're down, then I will be kicking away. Goodbye.
Oh my goodness. Bill, someone tried to fake their resume and you knew it. Would you tell them to stop?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm throwing that resume right in the trash.
Not at this job you won't. Now,
not while I'm here. You won't. Now, here's the thing. If you want to go, I don't know, let's say to a radio station or to the Playboy Mansion, if you want to go other places, knock yourself out. I can tell you one thing. You won't on my dime. Now, you do what you got to do elsewhere, because I know that's what other people, not, us, are doing to get by. They doing what they got to do, and that's your business. But you won't jeopardize my good health care when we got this daggone piranha running around, and anything from a pink eye to daggone asthma cough ain't covered by this health insurance. And here you finna threaten my health insurance, my 401k, everything I got going on for me with your lies, your deceit, and your witchcraft. You can take that witchcraft and wizardry somewhere else.
So what you gonna tell them? What you gonna tell them when they ask, did my application get reviewed?
That position has been filled. Next. Ask me how I did it. Next. Oh, I thought I was. Yeah, I did too. But somebody more qualified than you came on in. But I got a master's. Yeah, they got a PhD. Who's next?
I thought you was looking out for me, girl. What happened?
And I'm like, my boss sure was. But you know what? My boss went over me, and she decided this is who she wanted.
And when they interviewed, they can be like, "Oh, you know her, isn't she? Wasn't she great? I'm like, no, I don't think she'll work for the position. I don't feel like she's qualified.
So you're gonna be the one to throw her under the bus. Dex.
I will throw her on the bus, drive it, and back up to make sure she's going.
Okay.
I'm with them. I lie about stuff like this all the time. I've helped one person get a job, but like generally, like I lie about this stuff. Like if people say, like, can you help me get a job? Absolutely. Send me your resume over. Like, and that's it. Like,
So now I know not to ask Dex for a job.
Nobody else. I'm not giving nobody's resume. I just don't do
ask
stuff
Dex for
like
money.
You wouldn't give somebody my resume, Dex, for Viacom? Really?
You I would do. Viacom. You I would do. But like, I'm just very picky about like
trying to take over BET.
Because to be honest with you, I say this all the time. It took me 5 years to get into my field, and I had to do it by myself. Nobody helped me. There are so many people who like are super
self-made. Okay, Portia.
Self-made.
I'm self-made. No, there are so many people who are such close friends of mine or whatever that like right now will hit me up for things. But when I needed them to just give me like, oh, tell me, I don't know anything. Give me some insight. Give me somebody's email address. They were nowhere to be found. So like, I'm very like, I'll help people as much as possible, but I'm very iffy about like who I help.
I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, want to move on to question 2, Ty?
Yeah.
Ain't that interesting? People love to be nowhere around.
Oh, this is a good one. It's very interesting.
But as soon as you get up, everybody like, oh, hey.
Well,
This is from a male to a male.
If someone's willing to work for what I have to offer, I am hiring. So you are welcome to hit me up if you're qualified.
I real qualified because we checking them sources.
I proposed to my boyfriend, and his response was, I think I like the idea of being married, but need to think about it. We came back to the discussion a few days later, and after some discussion, I said I was actually okay with the status quo, but wanted him to know how much I was interested / involved / in love with him, and that proposing seemed like a good way to put all that into 4 words. The talk went well, and life is great. But now I'm wondering if the proposal is still out on the table, or if my admission retracted the question. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like they answered you the first time when they said no. And since they haven't brought it back up, since they haven't tried to readdress that, I feel like their answer still stands that no, they're not interested in being married with you at this time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't broken up with the person, but the person obviously is not interested in being married, or else they would have A, said yes in the first place, or B, would have brought it back up and said, I'd like to discuss what we talked about before. But if that didn't happen, then no, it's not in the air. And yes, your statement did retract the question because you said you were okay with where you were. So that's probably exactly where you will stay.
Anything else from you guys?
No, I agree with that.
He's right.
Only took 2 of us this time. Just takes 2, baby.
All right, we said we'd do one more because one of them was more interesting than the other.
The girlfriend sister with the big brothers, or the brothers, I should say, or the wife and the Mother's Day thing. Sorry, that was the big brothers one. That was the big brother. The other one is the younger sister.
Yeah, this one is like weird to me. I mean, I don't have these types of issues, so I don't know if I would really want to handle that. Just really quickly, my advice is that you don't fuck your girlfriend's sister. Next is my wife and I spent Mother's Weekend with her family for the first time.
Mother's Weekend, Mother's Day. I think they meant day. They said Mother's.
Yeah, we know what they meant. I was appalled by the behavior of her 2 brothers. They just run over her and frequently use verbal jabs and physical roughness while interacting with her. One day, one brother picked her up and tossed her fully clothed into the swimming pool while the other laughed his head off. They have been treating her like this her whole life, so she knows no better and just laughs it off. She refused to tell them to stop, but I do think they should, especially as we have a 1-year-old son who I don't want to see his mother being manhandled in this fashion. How can I convince her and them to stop? I won't be doing any convincing. This behavior stops now.
That is. That's it. There's no way you're
not throwing my wife anywhere. I don't care
anywhere
who you are.
Because you're going to follow him. And
Like,
I'm jumping in
we're
after
finished
you,
with this.
and I'm gonna
I'm
drown
like,
you.
no, I'm done with this behavior. Like, if y'all do this, and that's on y'all. But she might have my cell phone in her pocket. She might have something really important. I need. You're throwing her into a pool. Like, this is not going to work. Like, we're finished with this. Like, you're not 15 years old anymore.
No, I don't know. Like for me, I look at it like with me and my siblings, we have like we don't get like this, but like there's things that we do that might make our like significant others uncomfortable. Like we throw like a lot of shade at each other. We get like very like shady towards each other. And you might come around and you might be like, oh, I don't really think that you guys should be making those kind of jokes towards each other. And it's just like you have to just mind your business, to be honest with you. Like
when it comes to the way they interact as far as the jabs at each other, I'm cool with that. What my problem is the physical roughness. Like you're not the physical.
You didn't grow up in my household. You don't know why we are like this.
Where I
think I'm with Dex. I agree with Dex.
No, we're done. We're done with that.
Here's the thing. I
don't know where they came from.
Like
you don't
yeah,
know.
well, I know where they're going.
Me and my siblings, like we throw jabs like that, and we do things that outside people would be like, oh, you like they would probably look at him like that's that's a little off or that's weird. But at the point, my 1-year-old is sitting here and you throwing his mother in the pool. Absolutely not. You will not be doing that because I'm throwing these hands.
Just make sure you don't do it.
No, I'm going to make sure they don't do it either. You're not going to do it in front of me. This is my wife. You're not going to do that.
This is my wife. You're not going to pick her up and throw her in the pool like, oh, we're this is how we've always been. No, it's time to grow up now. When you were a child, you thought as a child.
Come on, that's in the Bible.
If her dad didn't say nothing about it, why you got to say something about
it? I'm her husband.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dex. Like, if this is something that you guys have always done, this is the way that you show your love or affection.
You're not bruising and battering up my wife and sending her back to me. Somebody think I could ask? No, thank you.
What if the brothers jump you? What if they like?
Don't whoop both that, please. I specialize in group fight.
You specialize in what?
In group fight.
Come on, I prefer it. Come on. This boy knows the way. He knows the Lord.
I find it easier.
Being surrounded brings the best out of you.
I'm telling you.
I think it's easier to fight more than one person, in fact, because that way I don't feel like I can hold. I have to hold back. I have every excuse to be vicious, and I will.
Maybe she feels the same way.
No, she's going to sit her ass down.
All right. Remember, we're not sitting any women down. Women sit down on their own. Okay. This is not that. We're not controlling.
I'm going to send you an offering.
Send us your questions at brotalklive.com, and we will try to get as many of your questions on air as we possibly can. We do appreciate the interaction, and we will see you next time. It is time for our next segment, and Jason, take it away.
Just a time. Dex, you'll understand the point of this. Just a time. The title of this Just a Time is Boy, If You Don't Stop. Because if you watch the Billboard Awards where Drake, we talked about this earlier, Drake won 13 Billboard Awards. I was just reiterating it to Ty and Will because they seem not to be impressed.
Dex, are you and Drake on speaking terms again or no?
We are friends again.
Okay.
Look, when somebody won 13 Grammys, you better be friends with them again.
Good thing he didn't win 13 Grammys.
Awards.
So yeah, he broke Adele's record, winning 13 Billboard Awards. And during his speech, he talked about his father wearing a purple hat, purple suit, and purple shoes. And then he just went off, just got really hyped and just said, "Boy, if you don't stop." And he was really lit. Like it was
cool.
It was the most emotional I think I've ever seen Drake. He was really happy at that moment. That was like his peak. But yeah, so I want to know these stories. The things in these stories, should they stop or should they get greenlit? And like, for instance, the movie that we talked about a couple of weeks ago with Rihanna and Lupita Nyong'o is actually happening. Netflix is going to produce the film, and Ava DuVernay is directing it, and Issa Rae is going to be writing it. So
up.
Is this
definitely do not stop? Green light that thing.
Let us have it.
Give them the green light.
I just think, being realistic, I think it's such a cool like concept, something that like from a picture that grows into a movie.
Right.
But I think there needs to be some edits. I just don't ever want to see Lupita in a movie with Rihanna. I think Rihanna should bow out of this gracefully because this is not for you, sis. Like this is not the film for Rihanna.
Rihanna's done. No. Rihanna's in Oceans.
That's cute. Oceans. That's cute.
She did that Battleship movie.
We didn't see that.
You didn't get a premiere ticket for that? You weren't at the premiere for that one?
You weren't at the premiere for that, huh?
Did they have a premiere? Like, I'm just, for me, when I look at the whole like Rihanna thing, like she's good, like she's cool or whatever, but like Rihanna is a supporting player. Like if anything, she's like an extra with a couple lines. You know what I mean? Like she's not an
maybe
actress.
she's worked on her chops. She
hasn't, because we can barely understand when the girl speaks regularly. So let's not put her as a lead role in the movie. Love Rihanna's music to death, but like, come on, let's be realistic.
I understand exactly.
You know what? Wait a minute.
Lupita's doing this as like a little charity piece, something cute to do from social media. I don't think she takes it seriously. I think it's okay. Plus, Netflix is doing Netflix is doing all right with TV.
Netflix is doing well, yeah.
I don't know. Rihanna has worked on her singing a little bit. So, like, some of the notes...
Maybe she should stay in the vocal booth. Like, you haven't mastered that yet.
Well, I say that to say she ain't where she necessarily need to be. So acting might be where she might be her lane. Fashion, we know that's her lane. But, you know, if anything we can ease her out of the music, go ahead.
Yes, son.
Number 2. So you guys are for it, I guess.
Boy, if you don't
Stop it now. Just move on to the next one.
Boy, if you don't see what you text.
Not only stop it, but if you don't get...
She's going to be doing, if you guys don't know who this is, the Cash Me Outside, How About That girl. Danielle Bregoli. I'm going to call her Bregoli from now on, just because I think that's
Danielle Broccoli.
Okay, Broccoli.
I would prefer not to give her any more fame than
she's going on tour. And she's testing the boundaries of her viral fame. Couldn't net her a cool $100,000. Her first show will be at Revolution Live in Fort Lauderdale on July 8th. And she's going to book it to Houston after that the next day.
Fort Lauderdale's in Florida, guys, by the way, so that's not a surprise.
Broccoli doesn't sing or perform, although the show does have a musical element with her dancing and inviting other musicians on stage to vibe out with the music. I'm not done. Her manager says she'll be vibing some records and she'll be doing a live Q&A with the audience and has some one-on-one moments with people on the stage. The reason why teenagers and young adults are so interested in her is because she's professionally honest. She doesn't care how a 14-year-old is supposed to act. She's true to her brand. She's now living in LA with her mother and working with her team to build her internet brand, shoot viral videos, and prepare for her tour. They're saying, quote, "We're navigating uncharted territories for someone who's become famous in a way I don't think anyone's ever become famous before. Rather than someone going out there with the goal to try to become famous, this is the reverse. This is someone who became famous for no reason. And now that she's famous, we're trying to figure out the goal for her career. So will you support this career by heading to the show?"
This career will end on its own, but I want to help end it faster.
I can't think
about I don't go to Fort Lauderdale on accident. You think I'm going to Fort Lauderdale?
You don't go to Lottie?
I don't. Let me tell you, I don't even have a layover in Fort Lauderdale. You think I'm going on purpose? Absolutely not. That's number one. Number 2, go back, pull that other screen up where which one? She doing one-on-ones and she don't sing. Here's the thing about that. I went to Made in America last year, and Designer didn't sing or rap at all. He had a track playing in the background. All he did was mic flips. She may have something here. She might do it. Yeah, I'm not going to support it, and I'm going to encourage everybody on Black Twitter to not support it and to actually kind of shut this thing down.
She could have Krayshawn there and like Azealia Banks and like all these.
Krayshawn?
Yeah, remember Krayshawn, the white rapper? She was white.
No, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Y'all remember Krayshawn?
Like, usually it's a joke, but I'm like, no, I have no idea who you're talking about.
My biggest issue with this is not the fact that she's not doing anything. It's just the fact that like adults are now capitalizing on this girl. This girl's 14 years old. Like at 14 years old, you shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. Like you really should be getting some form of an education, because once this dries up, like, I mean, for God's sake, she's on. First off, this girl has a rider that she's put out, and in the rider, she's saying that they need to have like Paris Hilton DVDs for her, and they need to have like it's ridiculous. And it's like, if you read this rider, it's like a 14-year-old wrote this. You know what I mean? Like that's what it seems like. And it looks to me like people who are adults are trying to capitalize off this girl's like quick internet fame, whatever. You can make these videos all you want or whatever, but like I'm currently hosting 3 podcasts basically, and I'm still like
currently a part of 3 podcasts.
Yeah, and at this current moment, still like trying to like better myself and still like do other things and like be educated and be in school and stuff like that. Like it's not one of those things that you think that you're gonna make these viral videos and just be like super successful or whatever. This stuff dries up, and if you don't have something like to fall back on, like you're gonna end up with nothing. This girl is 14 years old currently. By the time she's 18, by the time she's 15, let me be realistic here. By the time she's 15, nobody's gonna be trying to catch her anywhere but the welfare line.
Here's the other issue I have with that. So people are like, number one, she's talking about we're navigating uncharted territory. That's exactly how Justin Bieber got famous. So good day with that uncharted territory, sis. The only uncharted territory you might be talking about is reading a contract. Number two, the issue I have is that people, the media, have crucified people that look like us that get on TV and cannot speak properly. But here this little girl, nappy-headed little hussy, get on the TV and can't
speak nappy about this girl's hair.
We gotta move.
Get on this TV and are celebrating her.
So that's a boy if you don't stop, I guess. The Young Thug's making a new singing album. It's going to be called Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girl.
Not. That's done. No.
You know we love Young Thug here. We love him. So like he can do no wrong in my book.
Bring it on, Thugger.
Yes.
It's going to be a singing album, and once again, it's going to be called Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girl.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's a thugger girl.
Like seriously,
He's gonna be dripping.
He posted a clip of one of the songs from the upcoming album.
This is real.
Yeah, it's the song's a country song. And I'll play a little bit for you here.
Go ahead, Young Thug.
I was getting protected by my savages.
I'm getting this.
Buses that's unlearning, causing me to sleep and I ain't planning it. I got some drugs all day, I be on miles all day, I'm with the stars all day.
Come on, Thugger.
I gotta pick that up.
So yeah, that is Young Thug's newest song.
I'm agreeing like that.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, if we're letting like Katy Perry and Justin Bieber rap, like we can let him do country. I'm okay with it.
Let's go.
And once again, the album's called Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girls. I just like saying it.
Yeah. Yes.
Young Thug will always have a spot on the show.
Always.
He should come on the show. You think he'll come on the show? Yeah, I want to see if we can get him.
Speaking of Young Thug, LL Cool J got pissed, went on Twitter and decided to vent. If I hear one more terrible rap record, I'm going to have to do it to these meatballs. So, guys, would you rather hear one more terrible rap record or a rap record from LL Cool J doing it to these meatballs?
No. I think you might have read that wrong. What LL Cool J was saying is that like currently he's on a no carb diet, and if he hears another bad song, he's going to make a meatball sandwich because there is no way Todd Smith is in anybody's booth. Like, no disrespect, but boy, you better stop. Stick to the Grammy, son.
You know, interesting fact, Jay-Z got his start by following LL Cool J around the city of New York and like challenging him to battle rap.
I think Young Thug should do that.
I would die if Young Thug challenged LL Cool J to a battle rap. Let's tell him let's tweet him.
I'm just follow LL Cool J around like with a boombox and just like with a karaoke set actually, and just, and just rap at him like nonstop. That would be amazing. Just turn into a YouTube series. That would be awesome. Someone do that for BET and pay me. I appreciate it.
And pay me.
All right, it's time for Ty Scene's BS report.
Sorry, Dex. Do you actually have a BS report?
Always. You know I'm always ready.
So I'll do this one first, and then you can jump in.
Go ahead.
After this. So, guys, did you know that scientists just discovered that Europe is actually the birthplace of mankind, not Africa?
White people said that.
That's
from where?
I'm not going to give you the source.
Is it from Russia? Putin put that out.
But they actually found a humanoid that is older than the one that they found in Africa. So, guys, unfortunately, Africa is no longer considered the birthplace of mankind. So you will have to step aside Negroes.
So we're all white instead of being African.
And that is Ty's half of Dex's BS report.
I liked it. That was a good one. That was actually a really good one. Really quickly, there's a new trend out. Ty, I think this will actually be very fitting for you. There's those spinners that are out. Everyone's loving them.
Oh,
So there's a new market for them. They're actually turning them into grills. So like if you wanted to get like a gold tooth, you could actually get one with a spinner in there as well. So if you have, some distraction, if you get distracted very easily, like you don't have to have it in your hand, you have it in your mouth already.
No, thank you.
In Virginia, there was a woman who was on the street panhandling for money, and a guy was like, you know what? I got a little bit of time today. So he decided to follow the woman around just to see if she was really homeless. He ended up cornering the woman at a McDonald's as she got into her 2014 Fiat, and he asked the woman, like, what are you doing here? Like, why do you have a 2014 car? You were supposed to be homeless. How much money are you making? The woman then proceeded to try to run through the McDonald's drive-through window and get away from the man. She told the man that this behavior will lead him to getting killed because he's harassing her. The video went viral and more people actually came out and said this woman actually has 3 or 4 different cars. So like, I know it's really difficult for a lot of us when we're out and we see people who are homeless, but like, just still have a heart, but really just be skeptical, I guess is the best thing I can tell you about this story. And finally, there's some news in Pennsylvania. A 69-year-old married man was live on an LGBT website, live streaming himself. They called it a FAP session, FAP session, but the man was jerking off. His name was Bill. He started to feel like slight chest pains, and then at about 9 minutes and 45 seconds into his FAP session, he died. And that is Dex's BS report for the week.
And it happens to the best of us. We all die.
Is that called a happy ending?
Well, that was deep.
That was pretty good.
I have Ty, I have evidence of the tooth, if I could show it here, with the grill, the fidget spinner on the grill.
Yeah.
I think I have it, but
I don't need evidence of that. I don't think anyone needs that. I think that's
I'll try to get it for the seats.
There's room in somebody's mouth for that. How was that possible?
I'll show you.
It's like when they get real creative when it comes to their grills and their nails. They get super creative.
I was about to say, is that when like they had them spree wells? And they put
exactly. They got spree. It's like on the front, on that front tooth. You know the one that all the ghetto people be getting that cap on.
That gold cap that go around.
That gold cap. They go around it, yeah, and that little space in, so you can just see the tooth. You can see that decaying tooth.
Oh, Jesus help me!
All right, it's time for seats, Bill.
This week I don't have any seats. I do want to give a shout out in my space of a seat, however, to the mayor and to the deputy mayor of Panama. Over the weekend I gave a lecture to the University of Panama, one of their universities over there. And the mayor welcomed me into his home. I met his wife and his children, went to a concert, and I met the deputy mayor, and we made really great connections. So there's more to come. And so I really, really, really want to appreciate and thank the mayor and the deputy mayor of Panama.
All right. Anyone else got anything?
So
That is stupid. Like, get out of here with that.
Well, guys, if you listen on the podcast, Ty just said that's stupid to the picture of the spinner that Jason posted not to Will's seat. Or
I'm sorry.
My seat. Awesome. So I really know I should tread very lightly when I give this seat, but like I have an issue. So the attack that happened in Manchester yesterday, that was like, I know you guys talked about it at the beginning of the show. That was a super serious thing. My seat is going to go to people who are trying to celebritize this situation. Like, I just feel like this was not an Ariana Grande tragedy. This was a tragedy at Manchester. It just so happened to be at an Ariana Grande concert. Like, I find it odd to believe that people really think it's necessary to seek out tweets and posts from celebrities versus seeing if people are okay. And also, while I'm in the process of giving these seats out, people who are making up fake news about the situation in Manchester, like, have a seat. Like, it's not okay. It's not funny. It's not like necessary to say you're missing a loved one or post a picture of a child to say this child's missing What are you doing that for? Like, there's enough attention to go around that you don't have to use a tragedy to get some. That's it.
All right. Well said. Ty, you have a seat or no?
Actually, you know, society has gotten so ridiculous and so bad that I don't even I can't. When we first started Seats, I guess this is my seat/rant. When we first started Seats, I feel like
5 years ago,
people were generally trying to be appropriate, and there were some people out there who were doing ridiculous things, and so those people needed to be seated, and because we had to point out how ridiculous they were in comparison to what normal people were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, you'd be so hard pressed to find a normal person that we might be the only 4 left.
Very well said.
So are we real? Is it? I mean, who doesn't deserve a seat at this point? Like, do you want to seat Donald Trump and his administration? Do you want to seat the people in education? Do you want to, like, everybody's job? Like, it's just like ridiculous at this point. So I'm going to sit the world down. Let's just like all sit together and reflect on our behaviors and do better tomorrow morning.
All right. I would like to give a seat to Diet. I think that's the name of this place. Diet Starts Monday. That is the name of a restaurant. Looks like in Washington, D.C. And this restaurant is getting a lot of attention because they decided to include a beverage on their menu called the Pill Cosby. It's a cocktail, and the drink comes equipped with fake pills that are like put into the drink to make it look like they're pills in the drink. It's called Pill Cosby once again. Diet Starts Monday has since tweeted an apology after people, talked about it and was pissed about it and removed it from its menu. They say, quote, "We apologize to anyone who felt offended. They did not intend to offend anybody with this drink." They say it was just to
didn't intend to offend anyone.
You just thought it was funny.
They said it was to keep up with the current events. Other people who have signature drinks at this place, I guess, include Taraji P. Henson, Dave Chappelle, Marvin Gaye, Marion Barry. So they all had their own signature drink, and this was Bill Cosby's.
They need to pull those drinks off the menu. They need to ask them to pull that off the menu.
Oh, you would definitely be taking my drink off the menu if I were a celebrity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a drink that they made. It's a drink that they made in honor of that person. So
no,
like,
you're not honoring Bill Cosby with pills.
Or to
who was that supposed to be an honor of?
I don't think it was to honor. I think it was just to represent. Like it was like a play on a person. So
that's not funny.
No, it's not, and there's nothing interesting about it.
And I also look at like if I'm one of the females who
check my damn seats. Y'all just
because you get the seats.
I don't even get to give them. Like you guys just give them for me.
Because I'm annoyed. That irritated me.
I was irritated by that. Like, who does that? I'm trying to figure out why. This is the same thing. Where is our appropriate conduct? Like, you knew, like, who told, like, you knew that wasn't. Why would you do that?
Who greenlit that one?
Right. Boy, if you don't
apparently the owner did. So
shut it down. Just shut the let's just let's shut it down. The whole.
So you're not going to be attending Diet Starts Monday in DC?
Absolutely not.
No, it was a creative name. Let somebody else use it, and we're done with you people, though.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think your drinks would be? What, like, if you had to give a drink to everybody, what would Bill's drink have in it?
Fireball whiskey.
Who would describe it? I think it would have like something fruity. Like, no, I just play it. I feel like it would be something like champagne-y with like glitter and not glitter, but shards.
Will's drink would be like mysterious, so it'll
Gold
be like
shards.
What do they call it? Like the black and brown or something like that, where it's like whiskey and then it's like beer or something like that, and it's two different colors. It's like black on the bottom, and then it's like
don't hate me.
Well, Dex's would be a frozen rainbow margarita.
Oh, absolutely! Like you already know it. With glitter and all of it stuff coming out of it. Whipped cream on the top of it.
Sprinkles. It has sprinkles in it.
I hate
sprinkles. No sprinkles. I don't eat those.
You don't talk about glitter. I hate glitter. Glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts. Here you finna put it in my drink.
It really is. Ty's drink would be like a glass of water. Like it's not much going in there. Very kind of like, okay, this is what you're gonna get, and don't ask for nothing else.
Very sophisticated, very decent, very much the last thing you'll want before you die.
Jason, your drink is gasoline.
Oh, or bleach.
Bleach.
The gasoline bleach mix.
Well, a unicorn horn coming out of it.
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, also our podcast as well, and don't forget to tell a friend. Be sure to comment. I appreciate. You only were here for half the show. Remember. Don't forget to comment and let us know what you like and what you didn't like, what you want us to talk about, and we'll get it on the show. We really appreciate it.
Waste your time.
Can I think a few more people, please? I know we don't do that anymore, but I just need to thank a few more people.
Go ahead.
Wait, let me say my announcement first.
Go ahead, Church.
Don't tell us what you didn't like.
Okay. Big shout out to Joshua Osborne, who left 2 comments on last week's episode. We really appreciate it, dude. Awesome. Thanks for checking us out.
Thanks to all you guys who watched. Juan, Terrell, Deja, Jen, Kim, Nesto, the usual cast of characters, Mother. But thank you to my schools, the school I'm at, that I work at, the graduating class of 2017. I really appreciate them. They were really, really upset because I didn't attend prom this year because I was away in Panama on business. But they FaceTimed me, into the prom, and they like snap pictures of me on the FaceTime. I absolutely love you. I love you.
I thought you were gonna say I thought you were saying like the name of the app was Snap Picture. I was like, is that another one, or did you just forget the name?
No. See, now that's just we going too far. If it ain't one of these here, I got. That's it.
Do you have a Snapchat, Ty?
No, I don't.
And while we're on shout outs, just a quick shout out to the class of 2017, especially the Stuckies.
Who's graduating?
Did you finish?
Mm-hmm.
You graduated?
But a bunch of my relatives did, though.
Have you guys ever heard of this thing called a second puberty? Like when you turn, like when you're 30, like you start getting like hair in your ears and all kinds
of stuff. It's called sin.
Is this it?
The show's over, but I was.
He didn't end the show yet.
Oh, he didn't. End it off.
For Dex, for Ty's moly hairs and all that other stuff that he has going
I didn't say I had it.
For Bill, this has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. My name is Jason. Have a good night.